Hi, welcome back to my channel, Mountaineer Homestead. My name is Betty, and today I would like to make you a easy bread recipe, and it's called pull-apart bread. There's not a lot of fuss with this bread. It's got some simple ingredients, and let's just get started. So, you'll need 1 cup of warm water. Okay, and what we're going to do, let me get you over here so you can see what I'm doing. And what you're going to do is, move that, is pour the hot water, with the warm water, in your mixing bowl. Okay, you've got 1 tablespoon of yeast, and you sprinkle that over the hot water. Now, you're going to let this set for 10 minutes. Okay? This is what it's going to look like. Let me show you. See, you just sprinkle that over in your water. And you're just going to let that set for 10 minutes. And then we're going to add more stuff to it. You don't mix it or anything yet. Okay? So, let's let this set for 10 minutes. And then we'll be right back. Hi, I forgot one thing. All right, so you have a half of a teaspoon of salt. You go ahead and let that set in there too. Okay, and a 1/4 cup of sugar, and you let that set in there too. Okay, so now you let it set for 10 minutes. Okay, now we'll just wait and see. Okay, it's been 10 minutes. So now what we'll do is, while you're waiting for your 10 minutes to be up, what I did was, you take 1 egg and 2 tablespoons of oil, and you mix it really good. Okay, and that's what's in here. 1 egg and 2 tablespoons of oil. So that what we're going to do is put this in there. Okay, so now we're going to mix it all up. Get that mixed up really good. Let me show you what it looks like. Okay. All right. So now we're going to start adding the flour. Now, the flour I use is bread flour, especially for bread, because it's just really good for bread, to make bread. I know that really didn't make sense, but I'll just say. But instead of self-rising flour, is the bread flour does better because it has a high gluten content in the bread. Okay? All right. So now, what we'll do is, okay, so I'm going to put my first one in here. It's going to take 3 cups of flour. Okay? It calls for 3.5, but the half of it goes on the board when we're kneading it. All right, so that one goes in. Turn that on. And all that mixed up. Here's the second one. Turn it up a little bit. Okay, here's the second one here. Turn that off so it won't spray everywhere. Alright, here's the second one. Let's get one more. Now, this pull-apart bread I'm making, it's going to go into a bundt pan. And we'll get to that step here in a minute. That's number 3. There we go. Let's get this all stirred up. All right. Okay. Okay. So get that down in there and get that off. I did my wedge thing now for right now. I didn't do the whisk. It seems like the whisk doesn't get down in there good enough. So that's why I did my wedge paddle. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to put a cover on this, leave it in the same bowl, and we're going to put a cover on it. Let me bring you over here so you can see it. See what it looks like? Okay, and we're going to let it rise. So see, you just leave it in the same bowl and give it a cover up. All right, let me get a dish towel. Get a clean dish towel here. And just cover it up like that. And you let it set for 30 minutes. Okay? Because it only takes probably about an hour and 50 minutes to make this whole recipe to start to finish. And that's including baking the bread. Okay? And I will link the description. Well, in the description, I will put the recipe down below for this pull-apart bread. It's really good. I know a lot of people say that when they're on these kind of shows, but this is good bread. You can like make it for a dinner or even during the week. It doesn't take that long to make it. So, okay. We'll see you in about 30 minutes. Okay, we're back. And it's supposed to double in size. So, I don't know how this is going to turn out, but we'll try it. Okay. Alright. So we got that out of the bowl. What you want to do is sprinkle a little bit of flour. We're going to knead it a little bit. Okay. Get all that worked up in there. Okay. And then what you'll need to do is you'll get your rolling pin out. Flour your rolling pin pretty good. And let's roll it out. You want it to get to where you can see. I use a cup. Well, I'm making a mess. Should have stuck to wax paper, huh? I got me a little pastry mat that I'm doing this on now. Okay, so in the meantime, while you're waiting for that to rise and everything, what you want to do is get your bundt pan out, the old trusty bundt pan. Put a stick of butter in the bottom. See? You can see that. See the butter? Okay, a whole stick of butter. And I set it on my oven because I turned my oven on to 400. That's where you're going to bake it at. And just let that melt while this is rising. And sometimes I can put it in the oven while it's preheating and then melt the butter. But this is what we're going to do. This is the pan we're going to bake it in. So I went ahead and got some butter, probably like a half a stick of butter, and I melted it into this bowl. And I'm going to show you what I'm doing here. Alright, so what you want to do is you want to get it rolled out pretty good. A good consistency of the thickness. That's pretty good. Yeah. Okay, so you can use a cookie cutter or you can use whatever you have on hand. Now, I like this cup to make my biscuits. So what I'm going to do, this is not biscuits, it's rolls, but I'm going to cut them out with this. You can use a biscuit cutter or whatever you want to do, but I like the size of this cup so that we can get some pretty good discs that's going to go in there. Okay, so trial and error is all I can tell you. Trial and error. So this is only my second time making this, because I did make it the other day to see if I could do it. So And it turned out the other day. So if it turns out today, I'll be amazed. Because it didn't rise good in that bowl. I don't know why. But what you'll do is you take your little biscuit looking roll and you'll dip it in that butter. See? Dip it in that butter. Okay? And what you're going to do is you're going to lay it down in that pan. Let me show you. See, you're going to lay it down in that pan. Where you at? There you are. And I'll show you how it's going to look when we get done, okay? All right. What you're doing actually is you're stacking it. That wasn't cut all the way, was it? There we go. All right. So let's dip this one. Lay it on top of that one. I'll show you here in a minute when I get done. It could have been a little bit thinner. Just make sure you use all the dough. Now, if you want to double this recipe to make 2 pans of them, you can. But I only made 1 pan. Now, if I was doing like a big family dinner and everyone here, I would make 2 pans. Because this doesn't last very long. It's really good. Okay, so what I'm doing here, let me show you. See here? See, I'm overlapping them because that's important, because when it comes out, it's going to look like it was just a cake, you know, but it's going to be a rolls. You know how like those rolls you get, the flaky rolls? This is kind of like that, but it comes in like a, this is going to puff up to about like this. See here? Once it's in that warm butter. And you just keep on doing this until you get them all in there. And then we're going to wait and we'll set this on top of the oven while I've got it preheating. And let it double in size. Okay? Alright, so what you'll do is you got this left over here. See this scrap? You're just going to make it into a ball again so you can roll it out. So if it doesn't turn out this time, I mean, I'm going to show you all, but no one's perfect. Just roll this out again. That's just life. Sometimes your bread turns out, sometimes it don't. That's okay. We can try it again, huh? Okay. So let's cut these again. Cut that off. I don't know if y'all remember those glasses. You remember those glasses? That's Tupperware. Old Tupperware cup. Pretty good biscuit maker though. Well, not biscuit, rolls. This does remind you of biscuits, don't it? So, once we get all this in here, I'll show you what it looks like when we get done. Alright, almost at the end. Make sure you use all your dough. Right. I mean, the dough feels pretty good. You see to myself. I'm peeping at you. Okay. Slopping up that butter, ain't we? Okay, now let's just get this in here. Make a little one out of it. All right. So get this butter off my hands. Now, see that? See what it looks like? See that? Now you're going to wait until, see how it kind of swirled around? You're going to wait until it's double in size. So you don't cover it or anything now. Okay? So we're going to leave it over here on the stove. And see if it's going to double in size, okay? All right. So, probably, I'd leave it for about an hour and see. All right? So we'll see you here in a little bit, and then we'll go ahead and cook it. Show you how pretty it is after you flip it out. Oh, it's going to be so good, y'all. So good. Okay, well, look here. It's done doubled in size. So it's time to be putting it in the oven. So now you want to put it in the oven for 20 minutes at 400 degrees. See here? It's all puffed up and good. So, let's get that in the oven. And we'll see you in 20 minutes. Okay, it's done. Let's get it out of the oven. Oh, look at there. Oh, wow. That looks really good. Okay, let me turn this oven off. So what you want to do is you want to flip it onto a plate. Okay, so we got our plate. I'm hoping and praying and it comes out. I can't pick it up. Oh, there it is. Oh my. Wow, look at there. Doesn't that look good? I did pull it out a few minutes early, but about a minute early. But that's okay. All right. Let me show you how soft. Look how soft. See how brown it is right there? Okay. Let's take a pinch. It's buttery and soft. There. Look at that. Look how smooth it is inside. See how smooth? I could have left it a little bit longer so the bottom would get a little bit brown, but the tops did. The tops got brown too anyway. So there you go. It's called pull apart bread. See? You just pull it apart and it comes like little, like little flakes. Like the flaky biscuits. I like the crunchy stuff on the bottom or top. Okay then. There you have it. A little pull apart bread. So I hope you enjoy it. I'll put the recipe in the description. Excuse me. And until next time, bye-bye.